What if I said you can get addicted to work with one easy habit? Well, you can. So in today's video, I'm going to show you what the habit is and how to do it step by step. There's a reason the top 1% of students and CEOs all use this habit, because it will boost your attention by over 50%, making work so effortless. And the best part is, it's so simple and easy to do, you could do it right now. Hi, my name is Riley. I've been studying productivity for years and I've helped thousands of people achieve their goals. So what is this habit? Well, I'm gonna let you in on a secret. The reason you and 99% of people still struggle to work is not because of your abilities, it's not because your discipline sucks, it's because you're missing a certain neurochemical. Let me show you. So every morning, have you ever got that feeling where you really don't feel like working? And not only that, you feel kind of tired? If you get that every day, then that's not normal. And there's no surprise that when 12 p.m. hits, you can't work anymore. If this is the case, it's all because you're lacking this chemical, dopamine. Now, I bet you're wondering, but I thought my dopamine was great. I do good habits. Well, the truth is, you actually have very little. And it's because of a thing called attentional residue. If you had the right amount of dopamine, the difference would be night and day. But problem is, attentional residue is stealing all that dopamine away. So you have to stop it. Because let me show you something. Every morning, you have a lot of this residue in your brain. How much, you ask? Well, if you check Discord and notifications every morning, you're going to get tons of attentional residue. And this is bad, because this can become a massive distraction very quickly. So what do we do about this? Well, normally, people would suggest the Pomodoro technique or a work hack. But if you look at Elon Musk's or Jeff Bezos's $1 million routine, you'll notice something different. They do this one habit. And no, it's not a productivity hack they found on YouTube. It's something far greater. So let me show you this study. 20 healthy male college students all were suffering of loss of attention. They couldn't focus. It was horrible. But then the researchers decided to change one thing. They made them do the habit. Can you guess what happened? Their attention would suddenly boost by 20% and they would go on to work insane hours. They changed one thing, and that was the habit. You see how OP this is? And the reason it does this is because not only does this reverse your low dopamine, it also maxes it to the limit, making every task effortless. So what is this habit then? Well, let me introduce it to you. This habit is called snowballing, and you'll see exactly why in a minute. Ever heard of it before? No? Well, that's because no one tells you about it. And that's for a good reason. If these YouTubers with millions of subscribers told their audience this habit, no one would watch them. There's no need to. So let me show you the habit. When you wake up, your brain is fresh. And this part is important. Here's why. When your brain is fresh, it can be easily disrupted because it's weak. But what if you scroll TikTok as soon as you wake up? Well, this actually creates an interesting effect, because instead of just getting brain fog and hurting your attention, those effects last the entire day. Weird, right? Well, this is the snowball effect at play. And the cool part is, we can use this to our advantage. Because what if you use good habits instead of bad habits? Well, you'll get a great result. So what's the plan, boss? What are we doing? Well, what if we snowball the two most overpowered habits known to man? That's what we're going to do. So how do we snowball? Well, let's start with the first action. When you wake up, you want to get out of bed at 6:20 a.m. Set your alarm for this time and go to bed early. Then right as you wake up, it's time to do the first important action. So your brain does a thing called dopamine synthesis. And this will be our tool, as when this is triggered, it produces dopamine. But how do we trigger it? Well, the best and easiest way is outside your front door, sunlight. When sunlight hits your eyes, it produces dopamine. But if it's the very first thing you see in the morning, that dopamine will quadruple. Now, you might think, that's a lot of dopamine, but that's not the only trick up our sleeve, because we are actually going to double it. Let me ask you a question. Do you have a 1 liter water bottle? If yes, then excellent. You want to bring this water bottle with you on this 15-minute walk. Morning hydration is important, as it will boost your attention by 20%. But it doesn't end there, because now you can add even more dopamine with one ingredient, salt. Salt is proven to add dopamine, but the best salt you can choose is Himalayan salt. Add it in and go nuts. Now, once you're ready, go on that 15-minute walk outside and come back once that bottle is empty. So that's the first action. But now, after showering and brushing your teeth, you're going to do the second action. If you're an OG of this channel, you would have known me for this one piece of advice I'd always tell you. I'd always say that every morning you have to meditate. But I left something out. For 3 years, I've not spoken about this one important detail, and that detail is meditation length. 5 minutes is actually not enough. You want more, because if you get the right length, you can get the best results. So what length is the best? Well, scientists and neurologists say that 10 to 15 minutes is the best, because this length leads to peak performance, peak focus, and peak flow. So meditate at this time for 10 minutes. And, oh, I forgot about something. Yeah, remember attentional residue? We haven't removed that yet, and that's really bad. This fret is a massive problem. And if you want to remove this fret, you have to not check notifications until 12. But the only problem is, you don't know how. You're going to slip up. Self-control is one of the hardest skills to learn. But lucky for you, I made it very easy and simple to master in this video right over here. Subscribe and keep never quitting.